Episode 11. Extremely low key. You mean I cannot afford it? Serena smiled and was about to say something when she suddenly saw two people walking inside together. What is the situation here? Is someone who can't afford the items here to cause trouble? The female voice sounded mean. It was a man and woman who had come inside. The man was tall and handsome, and the woman was elegant and pretty. When they walked inside, the expression of the shop assistant suddenly changed. She quickly forced a smile and called, "Miss Eva, you have come!" Serena also looked their way and felt slightly surprised. If she remembered correctly, Eva Lopez was the daughter of Mrs. Cox's brother, making her Lila's cousin. Eva Lopez was also Serena's worst enemy during high school. Although Eva was from a poor family, her family became rich after Mrs. Cox married well. They were the new money. However, the man standing next to Eva was Serena's first love when she was younger. His name was Edward Jones, a truly handsome guy. Not only was he handsome, but he was also from a rich family. Seeing Edward, Serena felt a bit dazed. It had literally been a lifetime apart, so she did not imagine that she would see this high school sweetheart again. However, at this point, she felt nothing for him. She did remember that in her previous life, Eva was later married to a middle-aged businessman, gave birth to a son, and got dozens of millions of dollars. Serena never realized that these two were once together. Hearing the words of the shop assistant, Eva nodded arrogantly, looking pleased for being recognized. Then she looked at Serena and seemed surprised. "Isn't this our campus belle Serena? You are shopping here as well." The shop assistant quickly kissed her ass and said, "So, Miss Eva, you know this person?" Eva snickered and said, "How can I not know her? She was suddenly admitted to a renowned university after being a bad student in high school. That makes her famous in our school. Isn't that right, Edward?" Edward frowned and looked at Serena, who seemed to be somewhat different from his impression. Serena had a gorgeous face. Her nose was straight, her eyes were wide, and her hair was dark and soft. She had the simplest hairstyle. Long, straight black hair parted in the middle, making her face even more eye-catching. When she was in high school, Serena had been the campus belle. At the time, she was a rebel and did not have the best style. Her hair and outfits were all gothic. Now, changing her style, she was so pretty that he could hardly look away. Hearing what Eva said, the shop assistant looked knowingly and was even more impatient about Serena. She waved her hand and said, "Go away! If you don't, I will call security!" Serena smirked, taking out her purse from her handbag. A black card quickly appeared in her hand as she asked, "Is this card enough?" Seeing the black card, the shop assistant, who was about to make some remarks, became silent immediately. She grabbed Serena's black card, examined it, and said, "It is real." For such a black card, it had at least a credit line of $5 million. Seeing her incredulous look, Serena looked back at the dress that caught her eyes and said, "Let me try that dress on." Feeling reluctant, the shop assistant still had to retrieve the dress and handed it to Serena with both hands. Serena took the dress and entered the fitting room. Seeing the black card, Eva looked jealous and gritted her teeth. She chuckled. "I was wondering why she was so confident. It turns out that she is a mistress. Not bad. Being a mistress is indeed a source of income." The shop assistant looked knowingly at her and flattered Eva by saying, "So she is a mistress. No wonder. I didn't think with her style she could have a card like this." Indeed, the woman was quite a slut in high school. Everyone said that she slept with the headmaster. Otherwise, how could she possibly go to that good of a university? Eva was satisfied with what the shop assistant had said. With the sound of the door opening in the fitting room, Serena walked out and impressed everyone that saw her. With her old outfit, Serena looked pretty, but ordinary, like the girl next door. With this brand new sleeveless dress, Serena's skin looked even brighter, and she looked like a socialite. Every woman liked to look good, and Serena was no exception. Staring at herself in the mirror, she smiled satisfactorily. The shop assistants were even more shocked. It was perfect, as if the dress looked like it was made for her. Not only the size, but the style matched her so well. It was the first time for them, seeing someone wearing the dress so well. Even Edward, who had seen a lot of good-looking girls, was dazed by Serena. Seeing Edward's reaction, Eva felt jealous and smirked. Talk about the importance of outfits. Even a chicken could be dressed to be a peacock. However, there is no way that a birdie could become a phoenix. Serena suddenly frowned and looked to a shop assistant, saying, "You indeed have a diverse pool of clients. Don't you smell that? Are you not going to get rid of her?" Being accused of her smell, Eva was so mad that her face became blue. She yelled, "It is you who should go!" Serena ignored her, went to the register with her black card and said, "Check, please." The shop assistant was very thrilled that she was able to sell the dress so easily. She quickly went to the register and glimpsed at Serena's handbag. Although there was no logo, and it was extremely low-key, she exclaimed, "It is the limited runway version of Dior this year!" Meanwhile, another shop assistant also noticed it. She muttered, "Only 10 of those were sold globally, right?" The words shocked Eva and Edward as well. Only 10 in the whole world, and Serena was holding one. She must have other backgrounds, because such a piece could not be bought with money. The shop assistants all had mixed expressions on their faces. Who could imagine that wearing such a cheap outfit, Serena was carrying a black card and such a rare handbag? These facts were like slaps on their faces. The shop assistant that had ridiculed Serena immediately blushed and quietly checked her out. Eva looked even more angry. She sneered and said sourly, "Ha! The money of selling yourself is no big deal. I wonder who your patron is. Is he 60 or 70? I heard you're quite good in bed. Our headmaster, the old man, was probably so pleased with you that he recommended you to your university."